I always used to say the most accomplished basketball player of all time was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he was the greatest high school player ever. He was the greatest college player ever. He was the NBA's all-time leading scorer. He won 5 NBA championships and 6 MVP awards. LeBron James didn't have... LeBron James was... Shall we call him his equal in high school? I mean, I don't know how they measure those things. LeBron James' high school career was about as good as a high school career can be. So let's even take that out of the equation. His NBA career, I mean, you just said it. I mean, he's first all-time in points, 4th in assists. He's won 4 championships. How many MVPs has he won? 4?
4 MVPs.
And he should have won more. That's why MVP is a bad stat, man. Regular season MVP is not a good stat because they don't give it to the MVP every year. They make it a narrative award. Michael Jordan should have won so many more MVPs than he did. It's not a good stat when you're measuring players' historical greatness because LeBron James has definitely been the MVP of the league more than 4 times during his career, and Jordan should have won more and others. Is LeBron the most accomplished basketball player of all time?
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
So the fact that he didn't, like Kareem played 3 years in college is, I think, everyone says the greatest college player that ever lived and won 3 national championships in college. That does not go into the equation anywhere?
I mean, it goes into the equation, but there is no question that what LeBron James has accomplished in totality is greater. I mean, it's so difficult to compare eras for the reasons that you mentioned, but this is what makes sports fun and what makes sports debate fun. LeBron James, right now at the age of 39, is averaging 25 points a game in the NBA.
Yeah.
It is impossible to believe what he has done. He is still great at basketball. LeBron James right now is better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in his early to mid-30s. Now, there are obviously plenty of advances in science and medicine and so many reasons why he has been able to do it. But when you also add to the fact that LeBron James, as you said before, was put on this earth to be the greatest point guard ever, that guy has 40,000 points. Yeah. LeBron James is the most accomplished player in basketball history, and the college piece of it to me is very much to the side.
So one of the questions Cam put on the document here is, are there any current players that could break that record? Right now, the next active players on the list are KD, who's at 28,000 points. James Harden is at 25,000. Russell Westbrook at 25,000. None of them are getting there. None of them are getting close.
Not close.
Because none of those guys are young. So we'd have to, if anyone is going to do it, it's going to be some young player. Numbers are exploding. There are more points being scored in the NBA now than ever have been before. So some of the young guys now who are scoring at a ridiculous rate, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys like that. But the thing is, their bodies have to hold up for 20 years. I mean, LeBron James' body has held up to, you just made the right point. He's one of the 5 best players in the world right now. He's 39. So that's unprecedented.
Here's a better way to do what we were trying to do earlier with the MVPs.
Go ahead.
We have a database that allows me to look at how high you finished, how high anyone has ever finished. And so what I did was I looked at the players that have the most top 3 MVP finishes, which is a better way than saying how many MVPs did you win, because that's really noisy. All time, LeBron has 11 top 3 MVP finishes. That's first. Michael Jordan has 10, which is second. And then Magic Johnson, Bill Russell, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar are tied with 9 such finishes. That is a really good way of doing that. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, I do like that. Like MVP is a complicated thing, so finishing that high is a good thing. Michael Jordan, his career was just shortened by so many unusual circumstances. Like, he played 3 years of college also, so he got to the NBA 2 or 3 years older. Well, much older, actually. LeBron didn't have to go. There wasn't even a 19 rule. LeBron was in the NBA when he was 18. Michael was probably 21 or 2. So for whatever that's worth. And then Michael retired for 2 years at his absolute pinnacle, his absolute prime, and then retired when he was still the best player in the league after the 98 championship, because of all the craziness that was surrounding the sport then. So I think Michael, but you can't change history. Like, you can't say, well, If that hadn't happened, then he would be this or that or the other, because you just can't know it. You have to just take it for what it was at the time.